happening, YouTube? Eric Bauer, back again. My intro get old. What's happening, YouTube? What's happening, YouTube? What the fuck is happening, YouTube? It's a little while after my last update, and I actually wanted to get something in between then and now, but shit got hectic, and I didn't have an opportunity before my vacation last week, which I left for on Friday to the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. Never been there before, and that's saying something, I guess, for my age. And I got nothing to add beyond that. Never been there before. That's the point of this story. Fucking Chicago is big, man. Those of you who live there already know. For us folk here in the PNW, it's a little hectic, to be totally honest. It's really widespread, so it's hard to get from point A to point B. Luckily, we were visiting some dear friends who were kind enough to play cab driver, take us out to some spots, accompanied us for some food, gave us room and board, all around a few awesome days spent away from Seattle, for sure. Spent some money while we were out there. We hit some spots that I managed to, or that we collectively managed to dig up. And while, you know, I always say, I'm not really into the haul videos. My last video was a haul video. This video is going to be a haul video. Deal with it. I'll try and do something fucking different the next time around. But I got a bunch of shit, and I'm going to show it to you right now. So the first place we went to, a spot called Bucket of Blood. And I bought this, Crimson Ghost. All 12 episodes, one tape, colorized, 1946 serial. This shit is awesome. Anybody should recognize that, and if you don't, do a little bit of research on the internet. This series rules, and I haven't seen it in color, only the black and white versions, and it's been a fucking grip since I sat down to take this in. Bucket of Blood is an awesome store. They sell records, tapes. I'm not sure if they sell CDs. I think maybe. Books and comic books, and zines, and fucking movies. Not just VHS, Blu-ray, DVD. A lot of independent shit, a lot of horror, but a lot of stuff that's not horror. Pretty well-rounded. Cool shop. I would have loved to have spent more time there. I could have spent all my money on VHS there, but I don't check baggage when I fly, so fucking I had to conserve space. Wolfen. It's a werewolf film, but it's pretty fucking subtle. Stars Albert Finney, Edward James Olmos, Gregory Hines, Diane Benora. This shit is fucking great. Classic that I have not seen in a very long time. And I've been after this tape for a good while. I know it's been released on Blu-ray, I want to say by Shout Factory or Scream Factory, but this is how I remember this shit. It's pretty noteworthy too, because they kind of fucking went about filming this in a few unique ways, and one of those ways was first person through the eyes of the aforementioned Wolfen, using the heat signatures of people, which, you know, was later utilized in fucking John McTiernan's Predator, another great film, but totally different in tone and topic. Next movie, The Guardian. Fucking what to say about The Guardian. Directed by William Friedkin. This is his first horror film after The Exorcist. Which is not to say this is his first movie after The Exorcist, because they were spaced apart something like 15 years or something like that. So between that, he had done like Sorcerer and maybe The French Connection. I don't recall where in his filmography that lies, as well as a few other films. You might hear the cat because the door's closed so that he's not running all over the place. Anyway, fucking great movie. It's another one that I haven't seen in a really long time. Very atmospheric, Some really phenomenal practical effects in this movie. I want to say that it has come out on Blu-ray. I don't know who released it, but I'm really happy to have found this version of it. Next thing I'll show, fucking Two Evil Eyes. It's an anthology flick. George Romero, Dario Argento. 2 stories based off of Edgar Allan Poe stories. You've got actors such as Harvey Keitel and Adrienne Barbeau in this film. Both segments are awesome. The stronger of the 2 segments, though, probably belongs to Argento. That's just my opinion. I like them both quite a bit, don't get me wrong. But fucking great movie. And really great acting, as usual, from Harvey Keitel. You know, unless he's slumming it in some of his later flicks. Good fucking stuff. Another one, super hyped to have found. Last, VHS. Couldn't pass this up. I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. Fucking 1985 flick starring the Wayans brothers. Not just the Wayans brothers, though. You've got fucking Isaac Hayes, Jim Brown, Bernie Casey. This movie rules. It's a total farce of late 60s, 70s blaxploitation and action movies, as well as some horror flicks. There's a great parody of The Exorcist in here. This is like one of those fucking spoof movies before those existed. And this shit's actually good. It's kind of in the vein of like Airplane. But I don't know, I think this has a bit more personality. Great cast, fucking good shit, super fun. Let's see, what else did I snag from Bucket of Blood? Well, you know what, I'm not going to go store by store, I'm just going to go what's next on the pile. And that's going to be this weird version of The Horde, found at a thrift shop, kind of like a high-end thrift shop in the fucking Andersonville, Bucktown, I don't know. Anyway, never seen this version before in stores. It looks pretty fucking legit, so I'm pretty certain it's not a bootleg. The Horde is great. I've actually already got a version of this. I've got the French Blu-ray that came out right after this movie released. That one, however, has no English subtitles, so I've watched it, but in its native French. Really no idea what's going on. I have seen it subtitled on Netflix. I don't think it's still on Netflix. At any rate, like I was saying, great movie. It's basically Assault on Precinct 13 with fucking zombies. Good fucking shit. What more can I say? Next up, this also came from Bucket of Blood. We've got The Soul Tangler. Released by AGFA and Bleeding Skull. The part that got me for this was the quote from Gentleman in Scarecrow video. Should be in the dictionary under trashterpiece. This is a movie that I somehow missed during my years working at Scarecrow Video. It came out in 1987. It was filmed in 1985. And I mean, the blurb just sold me on this shit. If Reanimator was shot on Long Island for the price of a used car, The Soul Tangler would be the result. I've watched the trailer a few times because it looks absolutely insane. You got awesome fucking cover art from Putrid there. And you metal kids should be fucking familiar with Putrid's cover art. That is newly commissioned artwork. It also came with a really nice fucking booklet. There's some info on the movie, and it does have a reversible cover. I don't own any other AGFA movies. Original artwork for the VHS, I want to say. So I don't know if that's a common thing that they throw in, but the care that it looks like they put this together in is just outstanding. Looks like it's going to be a fun fucking party movie. Super hyped on that one. Okay, this one I actually picked up at Reckless Records. I was going to get this on Criterion. It's Quiden. I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce it. I'm not Japanese. Quiden. Correct me if I'm wrong or if I'm just butchering the fucking word. This is the Eureka fucking Masters of Cinema version, regular DVD. This is an import from the UK, Region 2. Luckily, I've got an all-region player, so it's pretty fucking dope. Like I said, I was going to pick up the Criterion version until I saw that they had this one just adjacent to where that one was kept on the shelf. Fucking great movie. It's an anthology film. Came out in the 60s, man, like 1964. And it's I want to say it's 3 stories. It's another one. It's been a while since I've seen it. At any rate, it's 3 or 4 fucking stories, all kind of centered around Japanese folklore and ghost stories. Came with this huge booklet with tons of fucking information on the movie, the making of the movie, the history behind the movie, a lot of the symbology in the movie. It's fucking just a really, really nice package. DVD insert, fucking great. Really stoked to have found this. I've been wanting to add this to the collection for a while. I had to purge a lot of my movie collection many years back. So I've got a fair amount, but not what I used to have. And this is one that was sorely missed. It did not survive all of those purges. But luckily, got it in my hands again. Cool shit. Next up, these are just a couple things to fill out my old school Anchor Bay DVD collection. You got Creepshow 2 with the old Anchor Bay logo. Everybody should know Creepshow 2. Not as good as Creepshow 1, but still fucking highly entertaining. The raft alone is worth the price of admission on this film. It's so ridiculous, but so good. Fucking old Chief Woodenhead, the hitchhiker's so good. Thanks for the ride, lady. Thanks for the ride, lady. Just awesome stuff. Great wraparound story too. And then of course we've got Tombs of the Blind Dead and Return of the Blind Dead. Double feature. Fucking what to say about the Blind Dead series. Just super atmospheric, slow-paced zombie films, but with like a unique sort of spin on the zombie genre. The first time I saw this, I'm going to be honest, it actually kind of put me to sleep. I was a lot younger then, but I've rewatched it numerous times since then, and they're great. The whole series is great. It kind of tapers in quality towards the end, but it's all watchable. I want to say Scream Factory just released Night of the Seagulls, which was the 4th film in the series. Need to pick up parts 3 and part 4 still, but you know, it is what it is. Next thing I got, this is also from I don't remember where I got the Tombs of Blood. I want to say that was a Bucket of Blood. Quite in. It came from, like I said, Reckless Records, and that Creepshow came from Reckless as well. This came from Bucket of Blood, Francesca. This is the Ultimate Edition on Unearthed. Neo Giallo. I've honestly never seen this flick, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. Really nice package. You've got a nice little insert with you know, a write-up on the film, and it's 3 discs. You've got the Blu-ray, the fucking DVD, and the soundtrack on CD, which is a really nice touch. The only things I've seen doing that are Grindhouse releases, like Pieces and fucking Violent Shit. awesome. I really can't wait to dig into this one. Like I said, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm pretty hyped on it. I did get some records, actually. I know it's been a while since I've fucking shown some vinyl. So, here we go. This came from Reckless. This is the Turkey Shoot soundtrack by Brian May. He scored fucking Mad Max, The Road Warrior. Turkey Shoot, if you're not familiar, is an Australian exploitation flick from 1981, maybe 1982. Also known as Escape 2000. It takes place in a dystopian future where working class people are imprisoned and then hunted for sport. So it's like a sleazy, stupid take on like the Most Dangerous Game story. It's directed by Brian Trenchard Smith, who also did BMX Bandits with Nicole Kidman. Stars Steve Railsback, Olivia Hussey. Fucking movie's incredible, and the soundtrack's awesome. It is really unique, I think, especially for its time. Brian May was just a really, really great composer when it came to that kind of stuff. So, really happy to have that one in the collection. That came from, like I said, Reckless Records. This came from Bucket of Blood, the Howling soundtrack. Fucking super stoked on this one. Waxwork Records in cooperation with Studio Canal. Very nice gatefold. And record itself is just fucking sick. I can get it out. I don't know. Composed by Pino Donaggio. Awesome composer. He also did the soundtrack to Tourist Trap, which is fucking phenomenal as well. I wish I'd seen that, because I would have snagged it for sure. This, however, was just a fucking great price. Had to snag it, and happy I did. Fantastic stuff, and like I said, can't wait to get into these. That's not the last thing I got. We also hit a couple of bookstores. Oh shit! Oh, getting ahead of myself. Mr. Show. This was like $2 at thrift shop. Same place where I got the Horde. Seasons 1 and 2. David Cross, Bob Odenkirk. HBO sketch comedy from fucking early 2000s. Kind of dumb packaging, but you know, what do you get? You get what you get. You get what you get. What do you get? You get what you get. If you're not seeing Mr. Show, you should. It's hilarious. Probably some of the best sketch comedy ever, in my opinion, next to The State at least. Super fun. We did, like I said, also go to a few bookstores, one of which was a spot called Quimby's. Awesome place. A lot of zines, a lot of local zines, local literature, new and used books, a lot of comics, graphic novels. Just a cool bookstore. And I wanted to pick up a lot, and everything I wanted to pick up was heavy, including what I got, but it's the smallest of the heavy things that I looked at. That is Fright Fest Guide to Monster Movies. This is Volume 2. Volume 1 is all about exploitation flicks. This is about monster flicks, and it kind of goes from the silent era all the way through to the modern era. You know, it's got shit in here that's as recent as 2016. Last one in here, The Void. Shit fucking rules. Just a great fucking book. Full color. Just about anything you could ever want to know about fucking monster flicks, past, present, is in here. It's awesome. So inclusive, it's kind of crazy. just for the fucking pictures alone, it was worth what it cost. Fucking Flesh for Frankenstein, classic. Great shit. And then, yeah, this isn't a big deal, but I gotta show it anyway. Nobody that we were with, other than my wife and I, got this reference. Oh, and the guy at the store. Patch. Utah! Give me 2! You can name the reference. Good on you. Anyway, that's all I've got. Kind of short, but had a blast, and I'm really stoked to get into this shit. I'll have something new, probably within a week, if everything goes correctly and I keep my motivation up. Been doing pretty well on that front as of late, so we'll see. In fact, in about a week's time, I'm hoping to have an episode uploaded with a special guest. We'll see if we can make that happen. Some of you may be familiar with him, some of you may not. Really good friend of mine, but assuming that it does not happen, I'm not going to go into specifics as to who. You're just going to have to find out. Anyway, hit me up down below. Comment on this shit if you want to start a dialogue, or just say, hey, what's happening, or hey, this is bullshit. As always, I appreciate the interaction. I appreciate the subs for sure. I've gotten a few new ones. It does look like I'm probably going to be able to do a subscriber contest. I'm going to wait till I hit 1,666, just so I can kind of accumulate a few more of the prize packages. In the meantime, though, thanks for watching, as always, and fucking peace out, YouTube.